I just filmed this entire video and I didn't press the record button. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to this Greeny Productions video. Today, I will be talking about my favorite things in April 2017. Whether you like them or not, that's not my problem, but we're talking about me here. Me. Sorry, I think that was the most selfish thing I've said in this channel, but anyways, April, what a month, right? April. Let's start where I always start, with movies. So the first movie I saw in April of 2017 was Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast is a movie which I never saw as a child. My first experience with this story was watching this live action version, so that was kind of cool. And to be honest, I really enjoyed it. I thought Emma Watson was really good. I kind of understand the critiques about her being a bit wooden, but at the same time, I think it worked perfectly fine. I think she had an amazing voice. I just love Emma Watson. Like, come on, guys, who really doesn't love Emma Watson? The colors they used were amazing. The music sounded really, really good. I think there was a bit of an overuse on CGI at parts, but I think that worked really well for the Beast. I think that was, I don't know, I think he looked good. I had no problems with how the Beast looked. Overall, good stuff from Beauty and the Beast. Second movie that I watched in April 2017 was John Wick. John Wick is basically a really cool action movie that has no script, no story really, but it's still, the action scenes are really cool, they're really well shot, it would work really well, like really well as a video game. The colors they use, all the settings they go through, that stuff is really awesome. That's always important to an action movie that's not going to focus that much on plot. So yeah, John Wick, if you're looking for a good action movie, just watch John Wick. It's awesome. Well, I wouldn't say it's awesome. It looks awesome. And if you're just an action movie fan, then hey, you'll probably like it. It's worth the watch. It's worth the watch. I'll definitely say that much. And John Wick 2 is coming out in Australia soon. Finally! And we will get to watch that. Thank the maker. The movie of the month was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I really enjoyed the first one, and when I went to see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, I saw a back-to-back feature thing where they played the first one in the movies and they played the second one. So that was really cool. And I think watching them back-to-back made me realize that the first one is definitely better than the second one. The second one is a really good movie. I wouldn't call it a great movie, I would say it's really good. I think it does a lot of things really well. Visually, most of it looks really good. The colors they use are awesome. Again, the settings in this movie look fantastic. James Gunn, I think, is definitely a brilliant director. He does really well. This does not mean I hate the movie, though. I did enjoy the movie. I had a good time. There was just a few times where actually more than a few times where I was just like, is this going anywhere, you know? The first problem that came abundant to me was actually about halfway in the movie, I realized that this movie has two plots that don't really mix that well together. One of them is really fun, it's got a lot of action, it's what Guardians of the Galaxy should be. That was the one regarding Rocket Raccoon, Groot, and all that kind of thing. That side plot was awesome. And the plot on this side, with Star-Lord and all that, that was just, I don't know, that, for me, it lackluster. It didn't do anything too incredible. Like, it wasn't funny, it wasn't action-packed, it was just a bit of dialogue where nothing really did happen. Stuff was only really happening between Star-Lord and his dad and the planet Ego, I guess. I don't know. But for that whole scene as well, Gamora and Drax were there and they basically did nothing. Drax, okay, this is Drax for the whole movie. This is another big flaw I found really annoying. Every time he did that, I wanted to walk out. I was done. Damn it, Drax. Gamora did some cool stuff with Nebula. I thought their relationship in this movie, that dynamic, was really good, actually. I genuinely really did like that. Of course, though, I can't talk about the movie without saying how good the soundtrack was. Fantastic. Okay, this is my last negative point. Don't worry, okay? I just thought that throughout the movie, a lot of the times, characterization was sacrificed for comedy. For example, those golden people, the head of the gold people, who was very serious throughout the whole movie, in one particular scene, laughed at a guy, I think because his name was Taserface or something like that. She laughed at him like a mocking laugh, but like a you ridiculous laugh. No one should do that. That's not, she shouldn't be doing that. That's not the way her character is portrayed. It kind of stuffed up with her representation of her character. I just wasn't a fan of that. And yeah, again, Drax was really annoying. I think they kind of stuffed up Rocket's humor a bit in this movie as well, actually. I think he was the funniest character in the first one, and then probably the least funniest in the second one. Actually, no. Rocket was a lot funnier than Drax. Gamora doesn't even say anything funny. So, you know, Rocket wasn't that bad, but his humor just wasn't didn't hit home with me as much as it did in the first one, if you get me. These milkshakes, man, they're good shit. So Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, definitely worth the watch. It's a really good movie, just there is some flaws to it, okay? The ending, where it all comes together, that's good. The very last moment is very sad. I wouldn't say the end credit scenes are worth staying for. They're really nothing special at all unless you're a really hardcore Marvel fan. Michael Rooker does very good in this movie. Like, I thought he was pretty standard in the first one. Walking Dead again, he's pretty standard. He's good, but he's just pretty standard. This movie, Michael Rooker does a really good job, so there's that. Now that I basically just did about a 5-minute long Guardians of the Galaxy review, let's move on from movies and let's talk TV shows. I've really been watching 2 TV shows this month, a few other ones on the side, but I'm not far enough into them, or, you know, I've not finished them, so I'm not going to talk about them. One of them is Broadchurch, which, if you're not watching Broadchurch, watch it. It looks beautiful, it sounds beautiful, it has the best script, like the best series of scripts. It's the most consistently good scripts, it's the most consistently good show in TV history. No, I say that. That's a very big call. It's a great ITV show. It's fantastic. It's got David Tennant and Olivia Colman. Man, I never thought this, but I was one of those kind of people that was kind of, you know, I was like, oh, when Matt Smith regenerates, I don't want it to regenerate into a female. I was just kind of dicky like that. I still think there's certain females that, I'm not trying to be sexist here at all. This is just a character preference, okay? There is just some, I think there is a specific type of female and male, like legit, that the Doctor can regenerate into, and I think, for me, the best choice out of both males and females that the Doctor can regenerate into now is Olivia Colman. She is fantastic. She's fantastic in Broadchurch. Trust me, the twist at the end of season 3, which is the final season, by the way, the twist at the end is, oh, it's good. You won't see it coming. Basically, me and you, viewer, we could sit here, we could have a conversation for about an hour about all the different characters. We could have a conversation for a day about all the different characters and who we think that it might be. By the end of the day, you're not gonna guess it. Like, it's a good one, kids. It's real good. Second TV show I was gonna talk about, it's only 3 episodes in at the moment, but Doctor Who is back! I've always been a massive fan of Doctor Who as a child. I think the last few seasons it's gone off a bit. I think season 9 brought it back quite a lot towards the end. And the latest Christmas specials were a bit edgy, but season 10 is great. The first 3 episodes have been fantastic. If you want to jump on Doctor Who and don't want to watch it all from the start, jump on season 10. It's basically like a refreshing start. Now, time to talk about some music. Specifically, I'm going to talk about 2 vinyls which I haven't listened to properly. I've listened to them once each that I got this month, but they're very good vinyls. One of them is The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust. Yeah, boy! Then the other one is Innuendo by Queen of Vinyl, which I've been looking for a very long time. It's one of my favorite Queen albums, so having it is finally really good. And it means that I'm one step closer to having every Queen vinyl, which, by the way, is my goal with my vinyls. I want to have every Queen vinyl. Once I've done that, I'm going to focus on getting every Bowie vinyl. Once I've done that, every Beatles vinyl, and then I'll find something else. And I'm just going to quickly touch upon a game. I'm going to rush to get going now, but I'm going to quickly touch upon a game called Arkham Asylum, which is a very awesome action game, which I have finished. It's about Batman, and who doesn't love a good game about Batman? It's an old game. There's probably not much for me to say about it, but it's a really cool action game. I recommend you get around to it because it's so good. That's about it. That's all my favorites. So, thank you guys very much for watching. It has been once again a pleasure sitting in front of a It has once again been a pleasure sitting in front of a camera talking to you guys about movies, and focus on me, please. Thank you. Once again, been a pleasure talking about movies and TV shows and games and music and stuff with you guys, doing my favorites. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you in a video very soon. Bye bye.